Well, WikiLeaks is sitting on more than 250,000 U.S. diplomatic cables, but on Sunday it chose to release only 219 of these cables. And the reason for that, WikiLeaks says, is because the scale and scope of these documents is so wide, both geographically and in terms of the subject matter discussed, that WikiLeaks says it needs more time to review these documents. And they say they will be releasing these documents in batches over the next few months. Now, if you go to the website, you can browse some of these cables by release date, by creation date, by country of origin, from which embassy was reporting, for example, back to the Secretary of State. And it really is quite an incredible, unvarnished look at U.S. diplomacy in action over the last few years. Most of these come under the Bush administration, but there's quite a few under the Obama administration. In fact, one of the most recent documents is dated February of this year, and there's also quite a few historic cables, including one from December 1966. Now, just to break down some of the documents by numbers, WikiLeaks says that more than half of the documents are unclassified. Many of them are classified confidential, and only about 15,000 are classified as secret. So what does this show us? Well, basically it shows how U.S. diplomats have either strong-armed or enticed other nations to get what the United States wants. One example of this, according to the New York Times, which is one of the media partners in this WikiLeaks release, is the case of Slovenia, where apparently the United States said that Slovenia would have to take a Guantanamo Bay prisoner if it wanted to meet with President Obama. There are also some very candid and unflattering portraits of world leaders, including, according to Der Spiegel magazine, again a media partner with this WikiLeaks release, they say that the embassy of Berlin in a cable described German Chancellor Angela Merkel as avoiding risk and being rarely creative. So these are the kind of embarrassing revelations that are bound to ruffle diplomatic feathers, and that U.S. embassies around the world are now scrambling to try and patch up some of the strains and tensions to come of this. We're more likely to get a reaction on Monday morning, when a lot of the governments will be issuing their formal responses. Atika Schubert, CNN, London.